Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Talk podcast. Have you ever just had like a light bulb go off in your head? Have you ever heard that? Like, just like something switches, something finally clicks, something that makes you think, and then all of a sudden you want to come up with like a way to like change that something. Like, even if it's little and like the smallest thing possible, you're just like now strictly focused on that like one thing or one moment or like one idea or something. I don't know. I had that the other day and I was thinking to myself and I was like, I need change. I need routine, change, routine. I don't know which one I need. I need one of those or both, honestly. But I need something to set my life up to need more like structure. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for, structure. I I think I'm going to make that my word for 2026. Is that still a thing when you like come up with like a word for like the year? You know, when you make like vision boards or something at the end of the year, like the beginning of the year, and you kind of like put like a word for yourself that you want to like focus on. I don't know. I just know like I really need something to change for me in my life to set me up for the better, and I feel like I've been saying this to myself for a while now, but I'm at the point where I need to actually go through with something. Like I need to actually like see it from beginning to end. I feel like a lot of times there will be times where like I just see the beginning and I get so focused on it and like in the blink of an eye I could like completely fall off or like completely forget. But I need to see like I need to actually see something through for myself. That's like a moment I had the other day. And basically not just keep talking about it. I feel like I keep complaining about certain things or something that needs to be done or needs to change or whatever the case may be, but never actually do anything about it. Like I said, there's been moments I can completely be like, I'm going to focus on this. I need to do this for myself. I need to do this for blah, 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 whatever the reason may be. There'll be times where I like half go through with it, but then there's other times where I just like completely fall off in like still the beginning process of things. So I need to kind of hold myself accountable and just get some things that I want to focus on like fully through, like see it through and through and make it to the end basically of like whatever I want to do, the change that needs to happen. Because I feel like I just never actually do anything about it. And then I'm also sit here wondering why nothing is feeling better or nothing is changing or everything is just ending up in the same scenario or like same situation or whatever. And then I like personally, like I said, like I look at myself and I'm like, well, what do we expect here? Like, if we're not doing anything about it, how am I going to be expecting a change to just come? Like, it's not like I could just like say it out loud or say it like into the universe or something, or I don't know, just like mention it to someone and then all of a sudden, oh my God, change. Like, wow, that's what I needed. No, like, I need to fully do something about it. And I will say, like, I know I'm saying a lot about myself right now because am I usually the type of person that will sit through and through and see something through? Not gonna lie, 9 times out of 10, I do not. But I think I'm hitting that point where I need to actually like force myself to do it instead of complaining about it. Because at this point, like, if I'm complaining to someone, like, yeah, I'm probably being super annoying and they're probably like, then freaking do something. Like, what are you just sitting here talking about it for? Where, like, I'm at the point where I'm like annoying myself by just keep saying it and whatever that I actually need to do something about it. I think I'm really late to the game because I'm now 29, but I think I'm hitting my quarter life crisis. I think I already went through a quarter life crisis, but I think I'm hitting another one a few years later, and it's just all hitting me in this one like motion, and it's setting me so off track, so off guard, where I'm actually sitting and I'm like, I need to do something about it. Like, something will happen. I will either change something, I will come up with something, I will come up with a plan, maybe some grand master plan. I don't know, that might be taking things to extremes, but something's got to give somewhere for myself. That's what I keep telling myself. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. Basically, I gave myself a reality check, I guess, lately is what this is. Like, basically the only one that could change any of this is me. So, I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know what I'm trying to sit on here, but I need to like get up and do something about it. I was watching a YouTube video the other day. I don't know if this actually correlates to anything I just said, but it's tracking like another thing in my mind. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and the girl I was watching was talking about her mental health, and she was saying, and she had like fully put it out on YouTube, which I give her so much credit for because that's a big step to do and talk about really deep things that you've actually gone through to fully put it on the internet. So I give her so much credit. I'm so glad that she did. I love watching her videos. I love watching her like talk about it and fully express herself with everything. But she had posted a YouTube video, and basically she was talking about different things like within that video, and she was saying, and she like kept mentioning something about silver lining, like this silver lining and another silver lining is, and I'm not gonna lie, like it kind of hit me and I was like, wait a minute, like silver lining. I like actually Googled it when she was saying it because I wanted to make sure like I was on the same page as like what her silver lining was and like what it meant. But I was like, oh, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's just how I need to start a transition for anything is look at the silver lining of things. Because in my head, I was like thinking of it and I was like, silver lining. I was like, yeah, like there has to be, I would assume, I'm going to assume a silver lining for almost anything because like it can't be bad. Like there's stuff that's bad, but like it cannot be all bad. Like it can't be all that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? There has to be some good somewhere. There has to be some positive somewhere. There has to be a good outcome of something somewhere. Like, granted, yes, not everything is going to start like all picture perfect, start amazing, get even better. Like, some things, I don't even want to say have to, but like, they're going to. They're not going to start the greatest. You're going to start from scratch on some things. You're going to start from the bottom of some things. So, yes, like in the moment, some things could be bad. Some things might not start off the greatest. Some things you might think are going to start better, I guess, than they did. But I don't know. Like, it's not, like I said, all going to start totally perfectly well, good, whatever. There has to be the silver lining. There has to be, yeah, it might not start like this, but it could get better. This might not have happened, but like there was still this in the process. I might not have got to where I needed, but like I did find this in my routine, in my process of this, in my I don't know, guidance of this. Like I might not have seen this, but someone told me, "Yeah, but like did you ever think about this or did you see this side of this?" I don't know. I don't know if any of that just kind of made sense, but that's kind of where my head's been at lately is just finding silver lining of things. And I don't know, it's been working kind of well for me. I'm not gonna lie. You would think that something so little like that is like, I don't know, I don't want to say random or like dumb, but like if you start looking at like silver linings, you're kind of finding, I guess, the good somewhere. Because you're like, yeah, like I said, this might not have happened, but like this happened, or I found this out, or I learned this. I don't know. I think it still could be um a good thing. But within all that, I will mention if you follow the podcast Instagram, I did post a picture in a hoodie the other day of a hoodie I got from the brand Find the Good, which kind of it was I will say like the timing of everything was kind of crazy to me because I had just watched that YouTube video of her and her talking about silver linings, and then I saw this ad for like a brand ambassador for this company. It's called Find the Good. And their quote that they had was, "You're able to find the good in the world around you and encourage others to do the same." And I was like, I kind of saw this at the perfect moment. I kind of applied for little funsies. They approved, they had sent something over. You had to like buy merchandise, which is that hoodie that I had posted in the Instagram story the other day. And then it gives you like a link to share for everyone, which I kind of like because their proceeds go towards Mental Health America. And I don't know, mental health is kind of something that's very strong for me. Um, I definitely try to keep up mine. I feel like growing up, I never really thought of mental health, and the only time I really actually noticed, I don't want to say awful, but like bad mental health is I actually went through like a pretty decent like postpartum depression. Um, that was the only thing that really like struck me in life, but I don't know, this also kind of reminds me of like the whole like what everyone teaches you of you never really know what someone's going through, but I've also like known certain people who just come off that they're always in such a good mood and they're always like level with everything. They can do anything for others literally at the drop of a dime, which you would think could be pretty standard, but for like a lot of people, you just don't really see it happen as much as you'd probably want to see it happen. And granted, like I might not be the most like people person. And I also show a lot of expression and like how I'm feeling on my face. So like if you see something like come across my face, like sometimes I don't mean it. That's literally just my face, but I do show a lot of expression without meaning to, just straight up on my face. So it might not come across as like super friendly, but I don't know. I feel like I've low-key always aspired to be that type of person, like to just always I've had people tell me that I'm like always smiling and like always seeming like I'm in a good mood, which I guess is good to like show to some people. Like if you're telling me that, like I'm actually genuinely surprised. But I do actually try to be a person that like comes across kind of friendly and like being someone to talk to and like stuff like that because like I know that's what I look for in someone. So I'd like to be like the same. Like I'd like it to be like reciprocated if that makes sense. But I feel like it's also just a little thing where like conversations with those people, I feel like I always just feel good after that. Like they make you feel valid almost. But they'll also be totally straight up with you like if you're being crazy or like being stupid, like they'll let you know. But I feel like they're always nice. They always feel good. They find the good in people. They find a good in a person. Like finding good in a person, I feel like really isn't that hard, but a lot of people skip over it and it's just an instant like I don't like you. Like it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you say. I just you don't think about anything they say because you're just not really ever in the mood for them, if that makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like seeing all that was kind of good timing and like a change of perspective for me. Um, both hearing honestly the YouTube video and then like literally finding this brand scrolling through Instagram a couple days after. I I don't know, I kind of changed perspective on things. I think this might have been the start of like my light bulb moment, but I like I said started like kind of looking like silver linings and looking, I don't want to say a little deeper into things. I do question a lot right now. I don't know why that's like been my thing. Like when something's happening or something's going on, I'm kind of more questioning like why is this happening? What made this happen? What could I change to either like not have this happen again or get a better outcome on something? I don't know. I feel like everything is also just like a mental game. No, I don't want to say mental game. I feel like everything is also just like a mental thing. Like if you think positively, you'll get positive results. And I feel like that's something I've always kind of thought about, but like putting it into actual perspective and trying to actually like, I don't want to say test it, but like do it for myself. I feel like I'm getting, I don't want to keep calling it like results, but I keep seeing things differently, if that makes sense. I feel like I am actually finding more like good side of things or good outcome of things rather than just having something happen. It either doesn't go my way, doesn't have the outcome that I wanted, and I just completely like scrap it and like have bad judgment on it or like get very upset about it. And I feel like it's changed a lot of how I felt lately. So I don't know. That's just been kind of my thoughts lately, my light bulb click in my mind lately, but I just needed to get that out there. I don't know. I just needed to talk about it. That's all I have for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much. I thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you next week back in a brand new episode. Bye.